was white. There you
Yeah,
go.
we are there. Yeah.
Now we are. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to tonight's show of Mauls, Balls and Alls Breakdown. We'll be covering the two Six Nations games tonight, Ireland and England and Scotland and Italy. Tonight we're joined by Richard Holland, Matt Boland, Mike Reedy and Dave Sheedy. Now, Dave, since you're complaining so much about me not inviting you earlier on, we've got to
Evening, boys.
to do this as well.
Like a latecomer.
Evening,
Yeah,
boys. Apologies for my tardiness. I was just coming from the second match of the day, and I was on two sidelines, so I'm frozen to the core, lads.
We'll
Yeah.
forgive you, James.
Evening, a hot cup of tea will sort that out.
What's your
Yeah.
Oh, whiskey.
No red wrist. Please,
So we
James.
had a Galwegians match under 14s, which they won, and then I had to go to my daughter's Corinthians match under 16s, and they won that as well. So two
fair
wins.
play.
So
Congratulations.
great day of rugby as well.
2 from 2.
So
Thanks.
this episode, since we've only Matt Boland from the greater metropolitan area, should this be called the outside the pale or beyond the pale episode of Mauls, Balls
And
and
hang
All?
on. Dave's from the pale as well.
I am technically inside the pale, but you know, fuck Leinster.
Technically, yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah. We'll say nothing about that now anyway. Dave, I'll come to you first anyway. Ireland versus England in the weekend. Because I don't have any notes here with me, but it was... I know. I can write amateur hour at the moment anyway, but considering the amount of drink that was had the weekend, I suppose I can be excused somewhat. It was 27-22 Ireland full time. 10-5 down at half time. Dave, your thoughts on the game?
That's my thoughts. I have a lot of them.
Jesus.
We'll come to it in about half an hour, all right?
All right.
So,
all
you go,
right.
Dave.
No, look. Another chariot broken, thank fuck, huh? We're all delighted with that. You know, absolutely brilliant. I don't selection. Like, we knew what England were going to do. They put 3 breakdown specialists in the back row. For people who don't know, a breakdown specialist is someone whose sole job is to disrupt the breakdown, steal ball, and do that all day long. And they had 3 of them. And I tell you one thing, man. Those curries were hanging up in the tram lines, and they'd Ben Earl in the middle. So every time there was an Ireland attack, any defense from the wingers, this, that, and the other, there was a curry there taking the ball, and they did a great fucking job. They did a really good job on our breakdown, man. Absolutely humdinger. Like, people think Ireland played bad in that first half. I don't see it like that. I think they played really well, but England were just shit hot, man. Really, really shit hot. Like, they're so quick off the line. I love how Prendergast kept putting in balls behind them to try and keep them honest, but like, they really came to play, man. I think it was just a game of chess in the first 40 minutes, like, you know, like a boxing match. You take a couple of rounds to figure out your opponent and stuff. It was just absolutely brilliant. Like, and then Ireland's bench, like, we 3 line-out operators, so the line-out went really well, and then the bench came on, absolutely just stepped it up another notch, you know. Like, I'm still full of adrenaline from that game after watching it, you know, because I was so comfortable at the start, and then at halftime it was just like, oh, I don't know if Ireland are going to win this, but you know, should have been comfortable the whole time. Like I said, like, the aerial attack we kind of suffered in the first half, and then there was all the kind of GA style taking of the high balls and stuff like that. I mean, Keenan, the defense as well, the Irish defense is kind of still adjusting from the Leinster defense, because Keenan was very flat open a couple of times, and I think that cost us our first try. Beelum, unfortunately, James, I'm sorry, you're going to hate me for this, but I thought Beelum was a bit of a liability in the scrum. I know Genge was pulling him down, hinging him a lot, but he needed to man up more in the scrum, and I think that's something he really needs to work on.
Apparently, he's going to get a bit of abuse from his fellow players for giving that little bit of a yelp when he got injured. Sounds like a bit of a girl, but anyway.
No.
Yeah, look, Genge is a good scrummager, but like I mean, it's just I felt sometimes we got very lucky at the scrum, because it went down on Beelham's side every single time, you know. Then the English try, good move, as I said. Keenan came up a bit flat, but like their new cap, delighted. That was the only good thing he did all day, because he had a howler after that. God bless the poor kid, you know.
He did set up,
Sorry?
he did set up their second try and all for Tom.
Yeah.
For Tom Curry, yeah. I think. Look, I think all of us are guilty after Sheehan's last try. We all kind of switched off, and so did the team. You know what I mean? We're like, yeah, that's it, done. You know. I don't think it was a poor first half. I thought it was real grinding fucking game, and then like second half, Ireland came on, just ran them into the ground. Like the fitness, like I have it written here. 30 minutes into the game, we had 2 English players down getting their calves rubbed. Their fitness is a serious problem, and I knew it would. I knew about 50, 60 minutes had England a tire, and Ireland would just blow them off the park. One point I'd like to make, I don't know if any of you saw it, but you see Kelleher's last play in the line out with Van der Fleer and Kelleher coming around. It's an exact copy of the Keith Wood and Anthony Foley try. It was brilliant. The minute I saw it, I was just like, that's fucking deadly, man. I loved it. And then Itoje Aki got his try. Like, he's lost a bit of pace, Aki, yeah?
But there was no stopping him there. He was
no stopping him, man. He bulldozed his way over. Yeah. But, I mean, the England, like, Marcus Smith got round him pretty handy enough, so you know, he's lost a bit of pace. It is a bit of a concern when you're looking at going in for Scotland and France, you know.
Yeah. See, someone put a post up on the page there, what Bundy saw.
Yeah.
Skittles in front of him.
Like, I haven't got much more really to say. Just I thought Itoje's penalty that Sam Prendergast converted, I thought that was a really fucking harsh penalty, man. He barely touched the guy. And then, as we knew from the selection, before people start losing their shit, right? Sam Prendergast to do his thing, and then Crowley to bring it home, and Crowley did. And I was just so delighted that the tactics and everything was just executed to perfection. But in saying that, the defense has a lot of work to do. The scrum has a bit of work to do. The line-out was good, but against, like, England didn't really challenge. So when other teams challenge, we'll see what that line-out is made of. But Ireland and England will learn so much from this. France have learned fucking nothing from their first game. So here's hoping we keep going. That's me done.
Good comment there with Christopher Goffin, and something I agree with as well. Let's not get on Sam's back. The lad had a good game. I thought, okay, missed a few kicks, passes, etc. But he needs game time to learn his trade. Let's get behind him. I've seen an awful lot there where, you know, people are saying we've got 2 good 10s and stuff like that. So where we're dry in our time, so might as well take advantage. Eamon Holden, I don't understand why Ireland didn't take any of their first 4 penalty kicks, particularly when England went down to 14 because of yellow cards.
I know why. Yep. I know exactly why.
Yeah.
Because its team is coming from the management, because they've been at that for over a year and a half now. So I was watching it with an ex player of mine and Matt's, Shane Brooks, and he is coaching everyone under his belt. So he was really drilling it into me. He was like, that's definitely coming from management, because they do it too often. So blame the coach and management. He
was drilling it into you. That sounds very amorous altogether there, Dave.
He wasn't.
Did you get a room?
We did. We had the barn all to ourselves in Fairhouse. Yeah.
Might see you up there as well. First half was slow. Second half was fast. With Jack also a few players job done, so not too bad. Dara Weston,
I wouldn't say the first half was slow though in terms of what he was saying there. I would say it looks slow because England had their game plan that they executed fucking exactly the way they wanted to do, but then they ran. They weren't going to be able to keep that tempo for the whole game.
It was slow because, as was said, the 3 6s on the pitch. That's why it was slow, because they were after every breakdown.
Yeah. And they did it, and they did it so well as well.
Oh, and by the way, Gibson Park got man of the match for Ireland, and I think most people would agree with that. Some would say James Lowe. I honestly think Tom Curry was the best player on the pitch. I thought he was fucking phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal.
He was definitely up there anyway.
Yeah, he's your Lion 7, man. He was phenomenal.
There are Weston coming at you there now, Dave. Jesus, she needs to be working in the coroner's office with the thoughts post-mortem he's doing on the match. He looked like he's getting a semi-thinking back on it. And in response to there, Dave.
Skip that comment. That fucking gobshite. He's an idiot. Go on, keep going.
It's a bit more than a semi.
James, when I come to you next, your thoughts on the Ireland-England game?
So, three things in life are certain: death, taxes, and Dan Sheehan to score a try.
Yeah.
First game back, outstanding, unreal altogether. It's like he was never away, and it was fucking great. I was down Enniscrone for the weekend, and I made sure I was down myself, and Maeve went down early, and Mairead and Donald arrived on later on. And I was watching the early match. So by the time the Ireland match started, I was half cut. I didn't notice how slow the first half was, but fuck me, I noticed how quick the second half was. And I think the thought process all along, as David alluded to there, was get Sam to do the business, keep the game ticking along nicely. And if you needed a drop goal in the last 20, that who are you going to favour to do that between the two? So Jack Crowley would definitely be the man to finish out the match if it was going to be close and tight. But I have to say, Jesus, when he came on, he was like a man that he had to prove a point.
Yeah,
and he was all guns a-blazing. The Bundy try, oh my God, that was just there was no one going to stop him there. He was like a bull in a china shop. He wasn't going to let that go. The other notable Connacht thing that Mac catching the ball over his head, a GA style. What the fuck did he learn that? That wouldn't be a thing that you'd learn down in the southern hemisphere. But
Australian
James Lowe done the same actually, I think, in the first half.
And he did actually, yeah.
They're doing GA training here, lads.
Yeah, maybe that's it. And finally, the last Connacht reference I got to make is we have now 9 players, Connacht players in the squad, which is just unreal, and I'm so delighted and so happy to see it. But I fucking enjoyed it thoroughly, and I was pickled by the end of the night.
Yeah, I saw that post yours just before it came on air as well, and I saw the Connacht group just posting as well about the 9.
Timmy put that up, yeah.
Yeah, I saw it. Right, yeah. He's the admin over in the Connacht group. You're running as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, but it's nice to see that kind of representation in there, all right, anyway, with them and stuff, anyway. But, I suppose how many of them are just there for kind of backup more than anything else, along with players from the other provinces down here in Munster and Ulster, unfortunately. But players are going out there putting on the Ireland jersey, and you know what? That's all that matters at the end of the day.
I think Tomas Herndon called in.
But isn't it absolutely fantastic? I know the debate was on all week. Oh, should Sam or Jack, who should have started, who's better, and blah blah blah. And there's a lot of toxicity around it as well. But fuck me, isn't it great? We have 2 guys that are pushing each other so hard and are so bloody good and so young. Sam Prendergast was 21. I was Jack Crowley, 23, 24, something like that.
25.
But look at Sam Prendergast. I don't think we ever had a fly half that was at that level at that age. Raj or Seth or whatever. We didn't have this before. Bloody hell! It's a very exciting time to be watching Irish rugby. That's for sure.
He played very well for his experience level, and Jack is just that bit ahead of him.
Yeah,
but we forget we still have a fucking good 10 in Frawley.
We have. Absolutely.
get his number 10 seat going as well. Like,
so I'd still start Sam for the Scotland game next weekend, but we'll get to that.
Yeah.
Sam against Finn.
Yeah.
Yeah, no fear there. I
Yeah,
know Peter Burke would be very upset that I'd be dissing his good friend Finn Russell, but I think Jack would be well able for him. Or Sam would be well able for him.
Yeah. Mike, I'll come to you next. Your thoughts on the Ireland-England game?
I agree with the lads. I thought we were a bit, slight little bit lax in the first half. We did score another try that was disallowed because Tyke Byrne had trapped fucking Itoji's leg in a. He wasn't part of the ruck, I reckon, and when I think it was Kelleher went over and scored and was disallowed. But we did okay. We did okay, you know. Bit soft the tries we conceded. That's obviously something that needs to be addressed. But the English defence is fucking atrocious. I mean, James Lowe ran through him like a dose of salts. It was embarrassing. And Bundy's try, he put fucking Smith his arse in the scrum half on his arse, and fucking the big Stewart brushed him aside like a fucking get away. Like to be fair, he's a powerful specimen. And Dan Sheehan, what a try. He picked that ball up in our own half, so he did, and passed it out to Conan.
Yeah, he was starting to finish that move.
Conan broke the gain line and fucking ran 20 yards before he stumbled, and got his pass away to James Lowe, and Lowe came back inside to Dan Sheehan. Great try, and Lowe again for the Gibson Park try. He had no right to score that. Freddie Stewart was embarrassing as a defender, absolutely embarrassing. And I'll tell you something else, though. A different kettle of fish next weekend if we kick high balls like to their defense, to their back line, because Blair Kinghorn gave an absolute exhibition of taking high balls against Italy. I know they only played Italy aren't brilliant, but he's a completely different kettle of fish altogether. And Marcus Smith, when they put him back to full back, he actually settled them slightly, but Keenan wiped him out like with two high balls, reclaiming two high balls when he was on the park. We did okay. Now, as far as the lineouts concerned, England did not contest one lineout in the game, not even one of our lineouts. And the one that we did actually lose one that we ended up getting the penalty from what Dave just said. You know, the Itoji so-called push was very soft, which actually gave us the lead in the game. But listen, lads, it's a good result. It's a good start. If anybody had offered me a bonus point win before that game, or any kind of win, in all honesty, I'd have taken it. Gladly taken it, because last year we up short in Twickenham, and at half time in the game on Saturday it wasn't convincing. However, they did like Dave just said, they defended really, really well, and they're perfect line with line speed. But again, I agree with Dave. It was fairly obvious that they couldn't maintain that kind of intensity, because no team could sustain that for 80 minutes. So they ran out of steam, and we hit them hard at the beginning of the second half. And they had no answer. Lads, we conceded two soft tries in the last few minutes of the game, which, you know what, I'm not overly concerned about, because I don't think we would have had we needed to not concede them. Like we needed the points to win the game. I think we'd have held them out.
We have to have a bonus point off. Jesus,
you can't concede like that to France, though.
Yeah,
no,
I
honestly don't think, though. I don't think people are panicking about the bonus point, but I don't think it's going to make any difference to the championship.
I'm panicking, but Jesus, we let them have one.
I know we did. I listen. Let them have it. That's they mightn't get as many as they think they will, because I genuinely don't think they'll get anything from France.
I believe it's the defense, the players still using a kind of a Leinster defense, because if you look at it, Crowley misses the tackle, but before that, Henshaw was a bit narrow. Bit narrower in, and then it kind of leaves Ringrose completely isolated out in his own with Crowley shooting out, and it was an easy walk in then, you know.
Henshaw should have done a hell of a lot better. He slipped off the tackle completely and allowed that. Very poor.
But all in all, lads, I know I saw a lot of people complaining and trying to compare Sam and Jack again, and they both done a job for us, lads. Sam Prendergast is a great outing for him against a sticky opposition, and he done okay without being outstanding. But I give him a good 6.5 out of 10, and that's as much as you can ask for a young boy like that. And the experience is going to stand him in great stead, and I'd probably go with him again on Saturday to start. But do you know something? I don't care who they start. I genuinely don't care which of them they start. Either one of them is going to do a good job for us, and I think we know that now.
Yeah.
And every game they play, both of them, because they're both inexperienced to all intents and purposes, and every game both of them play is going to stand them in good stead. So Gibson Park is outstanding. James Lowe is outstanding. And I said last week I wasn't sure James Lowe should be playing, and I'll hold my hands up and say, good on him. By the way, he proved me wrong, and I'm delighted. I love this. I love to see players proving us all wrong. By the way,
I said that was forefront in his mind, Mike, that you were upset.
I said the same, man. I thought Osborne should be in there just to keep him honest. And he just shut me.
Fact for us, I prove him wrong just because I'm a foreigner.
Right, Dara, I'll come to your point there now in a few minutes. But Matt, I'll come to you first in this. Ireland, England, your thoughts on the game?
Well, look, I mean, I was laughing because all the experts didn't give Ireland the slightest chance going into this game, you know, and even one of our own, Craig Doyle, fucking said England were going to beat us by 6, you know, and
did he?
Yeah,
he's pandering to the British audience.
Yeah, he's gone.
Oh, yeah, look, I mean,
he earns the King's Pound.
I was never worried. I actually, this is one of the games I was actually never worried about because I was just quietly confident that I think the lads were just going to turn up. Their game plan was going to be so perfect that they were just going to turn up and win. Now, I didn't say that anywhere online because I'd never do that because I wouldn't want to fucking shoot myself in the foot. But I was just quietly confident because of everyone else is saying England are going to win by 10, England this, England that, grand. Fair play to England. They had a savage game plan. Like David's alluded to earlier on, they were focusing on the breakdown. And with the three lads, the Curry brothers, I was going to say Curry sisters there for a second. The Curry brothers and fucking Ben Earl, they really did well, but they only lasted 30 minutes. As soon as fucking 30 minutes, they were wrecked. Tom Curry was running up and down the field, and he was panting. You could see him fucking big deep breaths of fucking air. He was trying to get in. He was fucked. He was out on his feet. So they were never gonna fucking stick to that pace all through that game. But Ireland, you know, when halftime came and we were down 5 points, I wasn't even worried because I had a feeling they were just going to come out and fucking throw it in the second half. And by Christ, did they do that? The scoreboard reflects good for England because they got the 2 easy fucking tries at the end. But there's nothing to take away from any of them fucking lads from fucking 1 to 15 and from fucking 16 to 23. They put in everything into that game. Everything. And this whole fucking Sam Jack thing is fucking brilliant for us because we've got 2 fantastic 10s. And what's going to happen is we're going to have Jack, who's going to specialize in fucking doing intricate trick plays or whatever. He'll be used for certain opposition. And then you'll have Sam, who'll be used for different opposition. And who wouldn't fucking want that? That's a coach's fucking dream right there. You know, if things are going well, you take him off, you put on Crowley, and he fucking finishes out a game like he did fucking yesterday. He was fucking brilliant when he came on. Likes of fucking Dan Sheehan, out for 8-9 months with an ACL, came back in as if he'd been playing for the fucking last 8-9 months. He was fucking phenomenal. And loads of people, loads of experts have put them in the team of the week. He shouldn't even be near that team of the week. But that just goes to show the quality of player he is. James Lowe had a cracker. I wouldn't say any Ireland player had a bad game. No way, no chance.
No.
They did what they needed to do. In that first half, it was all about absorption. And they absorbed everything fucking England threw at them. Everything. And even though England were ahead on the scoreboard, you could see they came out at halftime, they were all fucking wrecked. They were never, ever winning that game. And I don't know whether it was tactics from Farrell left on the fucking fridge or Easterby, but they got it fucking spot on. Like they nailed the starting team, and they nailed when to bring on the fucking the subs, because when they came in, the impact that the likes of fucking Conan, Crowley was just fucking phenomenal. And even Dan Sheehan, like they just came in straight into the game and had a massive impact where you could see actually Ireland went up a fucking level as well. Like, so, you know, the future's fucking good. Like, you know, people are giving out like the average age of the Irish team now is in the 30s, but fuck, if they're still going to play like that, fucking happy days. Like,
one question there for you now, Matt. Do you think Razzie Erasmus will go get pissed off if we start calling
Razzie Erasmus is a fucking prick.
If Simon used to be calls his bench the bomb squad, do you think Razzie Erasmus will get pissed off?
Razzie Erasmus will get pissed off at anything. Referees, fucking players, he'll fucking find something to give out about.
The South Africans are just trying to make relevance. Even they're not in the tournament, they're still trying to say, "Well, whoa, we're still here."
I did have to laugh though. Fucking Matt Williams. Oh, fucking! Did you see him in the French Wales match when France fucking offloaded the bomb squad, and he was like, "Oh, that was fucking brilliant. That was great bit of fucking play," and everybody's looking at him going, "Were you not giving out about Razzie about this 3 or 4 months ago?" Like, that chap is off his fucking head.
Richard, come to you now. Ireland versus England. What are your thoughts on the game?
Look, it's like Matt said. I was expecting England to come out and just blitz us for the first 30-35 minutes, and that's exactly what did happen. I was thinking to myself, there was only 2 things I was worried about, and as it turns out, we were relatively lucky. Our line-out worked. I was worried about the line-out, and it did work. And I think, as Dave said, having that third man in the line-out makes all the difference. Yeah. You know, it gives you options. And the second one was injury. We didn't really pick up a couple of serious. I know Mac picked up a knock to the leg, and Beelum as well.
Exacerbated by a toe J stamping on him.
Yeah.
Well, that didn't
fucking
help things
prick.
either.
Cheap shot.
But,
Yeah, exactly.
I thought Lowe was fucking brilliant, and I have been his critic in the past, but he didn't really put a foot wrong. Everything he done seemed to work. That Bundy try, he just seen Marcus Smith. You could see him licking his lips, and that was it.
He lined him up.
You could see him looking at him. You're kind of going, "Oh Jesus Christ, Marcus Smith is going to be a speed bump here." And
Like
that's pretty much.
Relax, Bundy. Don't hit him too hard.
Yeah. Look, Sheehan coming back, I was absolutely delighted for him. He made a return for Leinster the week before, and he got a try in that too, if memory serves.
Yeah.
So for him
And
to come
actually,
back,
like Lowe combined with fucking Sheehan in that fucking Leinster try as well, and they combined twice against England. They're fucking
it's mad, like, because it's like he's hit the ground running. It's like he never missed a day.
Yeah,
it's it's mad. Like,
there wasn't even a sign of fatigue from him. He was fucking like he looked faster to me. I know it's probably not possible, but
I think he's regarded as one of the fittest players in that squad. Anyway, he's one of them. He's a little bit when Donegal Callahan there. He's into his fucking cardio, and that's exactly what he does. Yeah, look, I'm delighted. I never thought they were going to lose it. I'll be honest with you. I was the same as you. I was quietly confident, even when they went in 5 points down at half time. I thought, nah, we'll have them the second half, because England were blowing after half an hour. You could see them; they were gassed. I know. We give out about Tyburn, but Tyburn always looks that way. Even when
he keeps going.
2 minutes in or 82 minutes, he looks the exact same, man. Every fucking
he just
time.
chugs along like.
Yeah,
I thought I thought he had a good game. Now that thing for holding a toe, and I thought that was a whole lot of shite, to be honest, which I didn't see it.
It's
an Alan Quinlan special, definitely.
Yeah.
The dark arts.
Quinlan actually alluded to that, didn't he? He says,
Yeah.
But I used to do that about 20 times a game.
I think we need to give a mention to Ben O'Keefe, man, because he got every call 100% correct. And I went through that video in detail. He had a blinder, man. Like that yellow card he called for Smith. I had to rewind that 7 times to see it because I realized it was before the breakdown that he was offside. Because I was kind of sitting there going, geez, that was harsh on Smith, you know?
Yeah.
He got every call. He was brilliant.
He was clear and concise with everything as well. That was the other thing.
Yeah.
Well, he had Holly Davidson with him.
To the letter.
Yeah, he had Holly Davidson with him, so she must have given him a few lessons at that. That's my excuse on that, anyway.
Jesus, we've lost the foreigner off the screen, have we?
We've lost our mercenary. We've lost our mercenary.
We have a fucking, well, there's no other way to describe him as a fucking sexist, but Holly Davidson ran the line. I thought she had a good game, but
she had,
Holly Davidson, a woman shouldn't have a place there and all. You fuck off. She's one of the best referees out there. Like.
She is, yeah. She's top ref now.
Who was giving out about her?
A fella in my local pub, an old boy.
The old keyboard warriors, fucking same shit.
Fucking shite.
Wouldn't fucking say it to your face.
Oh, a mercenary's back. The foreigner's
All
back.
right, I'm back.
Hey!
Richard,
you know what that jersey is a Scottish jersey on him, you know that?
Underneath. Russell Underpants.
You bollocks.
Have I?
I'm going to come to Blair's point here now, right? He says, aren't we spoiled for choice when we've in a position we have 2 young out halves competing for the shirt? We've always had an older fly half and a young enough fly half chasing. Humphreys and O'Gara and Sexton. There's another comment here I found in another group as well. He basically more or less echoes what Dara said as well. But he says a lot of it seems to be the personal choice of either Jack Crowley or Sam Prendergast being the starter for the jersey. But it's the coach that seems to make the final decision on it. Richard, what are your thoughts on the tense situation Ireland has to moment? How good is it?
It's a great team to have, and Prendergast will bring that little bit of X factor, no doubt about it. It's just the way he plays. But Crowley is a safe pair of hands at the same time. So as one of you said there, that depending on who they're playing, it's depending on who they're going to start at 10. But if the two of them are playing well, you're automatically going to push the other guy on. It was Matt, okay?
Yeah.
But if you have 2 10s and they're playing well, the two of them are going to push each other on to new heights. That's the way it goes, and it's a great thing to see. It's something I know Sexton was a once in a generation player, but it's something we didn't have when he was there.
Yeah. Matt, your thoughts on the tense situation we have at the moment?
Yeah, well, look, I've said it already. Like, you know, I think the way they're pitching these two guys, they're not pitching them against each other. They're pitching them to alleviate where they're strong on. So tactically, I think they're going to use them for the right scenarios and for the right matches. So ideally, like when you need a good fucking safe pair of hands, you play Jack Crowley. When you want that bit of fucking flair or that bit of X factor where you want to make something out of nothing, they're going to play Prendergast. But like, don't get me wrong, when one is playing, the other's on the bench, and that's a fucking great thing to have because you've 2 starting 10s in your fucking 23 match day squad. Like, it's a fucking great place to be in, and they're fucking young as well, so they'll both be at the World Cup, albeit, like, you know, they will be our injuries, but do you know what I mean? That's where we're going, and the only way to get them up to test standard is to fucking get them playing, and that's why Sam was picked, you know. And if he's picked again next week against Scotland, it wouldn't surprise me. You'll probably see the likes of Jack Crowley starting maybe against France, where you kind of need that bit of dependability, and have fucking Prendergast on the bench then against France. Do you know what I mean? So we're in a great situation.
There's a comment in there from Sonia. 100% agree, Dara. Evening all. Opinions on Atoshi's very unnecessary stamp on Mac's foot. Also need to sharpen up our in-game defence, but thrilled with the eventual result. Yeah, the stamp was right in front of the ref as well, and it was a deliberate stamp. He held him by the collar there. He had him by the collar, and he lifted his foot and he stamped down on top of it, like looking for a reaction.
Cheap
There's
shot.
no way like he's going to get captain of the tournament with that sort of behavior. That's
Exactly Exactly
Totally
as Christopher Goff has said here, shamed himself as the captain, even the ref was enough.
absolutely.
And
Agree
you
with
see,
you, Christopher.
there was two Lions possibility of captains there on that pitch yesterday. Doris and fucking Itoje. And Itoje did him no
He
favors.
fucked himself up there,
No favors. Whereas you had Doris and he was fucking calm and collected, and I know who I'm picking for fucking captaincy anyway.
Let's not act like we're holier than thou. We've all done dirty stuff on the pitch.
Yeah.
I know it's cynical. I know.
Never caught.
Never caught.
Never caught.
What was that, you Reedy?
You hooligan from Clare, I said.
There was no TMOs when we were fucking playing.
Yeah, I know. We'd wait for the second row's big arm to come up.
There wasn't even referees when I was playing.
Pop in the head.
I used to start the shit and fucking get the forwards to finish it. It was great.
Yeah, you were a fucking scrum half. Of course you were.
Can I make a comment on the 10 situation? Andy Dunn, the thing that was on, and they had Andy Dunn and Jerry Thornley and all before this match. Andy Dunn's the only person who called it how it actually is. The only person I've heard, because everyone's just talking about Jack and Sam. The way he put it was, we have 3 good potential out halves, and he alluded to the way South Africa are doing it, and he said this is good for a year and a half maybe to keep rotating and trialing these lads and getting them better bit by bit, but eventually you will have to go with one. Like, I was massive critic of Sam Prendergast because of the way he was trusted in ahead of Crowley in Leinster and Ireland, and I didn't think it was fair. But we have to admit, this kid has something in his passing. Like his Sexton loop play, he just passes the ball completely different to any other out half I've seen. So he has something, but he doesn't have enough experience yet. Personally, I would have picked Frawley and Crowley for that England game. But that kid has something. And I tell you one thing, if all the pressure that the media and us fans, whether we be Leinster or Munster, are putting on him, if he doesn't mature into something that we can all be proud of as a 10, we've only ourselves to blame, because all this noise that's been going on when the team was selected and until game day and after game day from both sets of fans, Leinster fans wanting to, we have our guy in there just to piss off Munster, and Munster fans saying that, he's not good enough, Crowley has proved it now. It's bollocks, lads. We need to get united behind the coach's selection. End of fucking story. And the only 2 times we've seen it was 2007 in Croke Park. And look what we did to the English. You think they don't hear this noise? You think England didn't have those social media posts up in their dressing room going, look, lads, they're all fighting with each other over who's the best out half. We have this game won. Like, it's embarrassing. We need to stop it. We need to unite behind this team. End of story. Fair play to Sammy, the great game.
Mike Reid, your thoughts on the current situation in Ireland?
I agree with the lads. It's a great position to listen. Every other team in this Six Nations envy our position right now, having 2 options. England have Finn Smith coming on, who's not the worst either, is a decent enough player, but we have 2 young lads that are going to be there for possibly the next 10 years, both of them. And they're both going to get better. They're both going to get. Now listen, Sam. People spoke about Bundy Aki not having much of an impact outside of his try on Saturday. There was one good reason for that. Sam bypassed him with at least 3 or 4 passes in the game. Passed the ball over the top of him out to James Lowe. So Bundy is making a run, which is drawing English defenders. It's a great tactic.
You've made a really good point there, Mike. Actually, sorry for cutting across you there, right? But he is spot on what he said, because everybody knows what Bundy's like, and if they're expecting him to get the ball, they're gonna fucking double team him.
Oh, the treble teamed him when he actually scored, Brian, and made no difference.
100%, and I think that's exactly what happened with the Gibson Park try. The ball was skipped fucking out to fucking James Lowe, and it created that fucking gap where there was only fucking Marcus Smith there it was Mitchell to stop fucking Lowe on the wing.
Danny, look at that.
I see it.
And he's there with his Heineken now. Fucking shite.
He's
Good
about fucking
fire.
7
He
cans
said,
deep.
hey, listen, Rock, this, you said the same about fucking Marcus Smith. And I hope Finn Russell doesn't come back to fucking haunt you next week.
Hey, let's unite about some things, yeah?
Now,
Finn
the
Russell
one
is
thing I will
too.
say going forward into the Scotland game, it's going to be a totally different kettle of fish. If you throw loose, they are actually brilliant at intercepting balls. Hugh Jones and actually they brought on a second 10 on Saturday. Tom, what's his name, that plays for Glasgow? Plays 10 for Glasgow.
The Scotland game. It comes to Scotland game because you talk about that in a few minutes.
Right, okay, yeah. But I just think going forward, like our 2 10s. I'm sure Sam will know. They'll analyze this during the week and they'll know exactly what way they'll play it. They can play it. That boy, like Dave said there, I don't think I've seen very few actual rugby players. He almost passes the ball in slow motion. He looks as if he's in slow motion passing the ball, and he's very deceiving because you don't know where you generally don't know. Sexton was a bit like that, and we have changed our attack slightly from the way we played when Sexton was there. We always had 3 options and 3 decisions to make for a fly half to make about like taking it straight to the line or out the back or there's always 3 options, and our attack is slightly different now, but Jack is a great foil to come in and close out a game. So I'd be happy with whatever decision is by that.
Oh Jesus, Dara Weston, would you be quiet? We're trying to have a serious discussion here, Dara.
He's fucking right though.
We'll go down and triple team him.
We won't comment on that.
I come to you now and we need to do this. James, your thoughts on the current tense situation?
I think it's great, Danny. I think it's fucking great. No, it's been said there. Look, we're blessed, absolutely blessed. Great. Two guys that are fighting for the jersey, and one clearly is not clearly ahead of the other or clearly behind the other like in the past. Yeah, it's great, fucking mighty, and they're both young. Happy days. But I think the boys are right there. Mike has a Scottish jersey on underneath that green one. I'd say, all right, he can't wait to talk about Scotland. He's
never
fucking
wore
itching
one
to go.
in fucking life. Never will.
I think that's Peter there on them.
And I've actually lived in Scotland longer than I did in Ireland, but that doesn't matter.
There you go.
You're definitely a
More
mercenary.
Scottish than the Scottish themselves.
Am I
Mercenary.
No, I'm not. I'm the opposite. I'm the opposite, by the way. I want the deer. If I lived here to be 100, I'd still never be fucking at none of you, Paddy.
Oh, I tell you what, we have Scotland now next week, right? And over the weekend, they beat Italy 31-19. Dave, do you see the game?
I did. Start the other end, though. It's probably better. Start with Richie. Give me a time to stop laughing at fucking Darren Weston, will you, for the love of God?
I'll come to you then first. Scotland at 31-19. Any thoughts on that one and how it might impact the Ireland game next week?
I'm assuming you're talking to me, are you?
Yeah, Richard, yeah.
I only seen bits of this now because I was getting ready and everything else, but Italy did stay with them for a while, but they ran out of steam as Italy normally do. The fitness let them down at the end of it, I think, and their bench. To be honest, their bench kind of let them down as well. But the only thing that I'd be worried about is Scotland are so quick on a break. If there's any sort of broken ball, they're in on it and they're fucking gone. That's the only problem I'll have. You know, the only worry I'd have. Other than that, the pack we'll definitely have him. I mean, Fagerson he's decent enough as a prop, but they have nothing else there. Dave Cherry, well, he shouldn't be there anyway. And the story after the rumours that came out with the World Cup. But look, I'm not overly worried about Scotland. I think it'll be a bigger test than England. We'll I think we'll improve in the defence. I think Easterby and the whole coaching staff will be annoyed at the 2 tries that England got at the end, and I don't think that's going to happen next weekend. I think there'll be a lot of work done on that. That they just, once they got the bonus point, they just switched off, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Matt, the Scotland-Italy game, did you see that?
Yeah. Look, I watched all the games. Like prior to kick off Scotland and Italy, I was more concerned about the Scotland game than I was about the England game, and that's being honest. Like, I just had a feeling. I don't know what it was. I just had a feeling that the England was going to go well. Scotland was always that kind of one where it's Murrayfield, you know, they haven't won and they haven't beaten us in a long, long time. But watching them against Italy, there was parts of that game where I was like, okay, shit, they're playing really well. But there was parts of that game where I was like, fuck, we'll rip them apart in those circumstances. Like Finn Russell switched off for about a period of fucking 15 minutes and was pretty much let Italy fucking draw a level. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So again, like, you know, Finn Russell is great when he's on form, but he's fucking shit when he's off form. And I think we'll do what we always try and do, and fucking we'll stick it to Finn Russell, and we won't let him play, and he won't be able to dictate anything then with his backs, and he won't be able to control the game. So it'll still be a very tough test, and I think it'll be tougher than England, certainly. But I do think fucking him, he has fucking Finn Russell underpants, the stupid cunt. But I think
Don't forget Jarvis.
that's it. Yeah, he got the fucking signed by Jerry Thornley. But yeah,
Well, he had
look,
him on.
you know, Scotland Murrayfield is
Well,
a
he
tough
had the
task
one.
for any team. You know, it doesn't matter who's going there, but I do think we'd have enough for them, given our performance against England and the fact that England had a certain game plan that they were targeting us. We rode that out, we absorbed it, and moved on and kicked the game off.
Giggity.
I would imagine
Giggity.
maybe grand. You know, it'll be a tough game. I think it will, but I think we'll get through.
Mike, your thoughts on the Scotland game? You are Mike Kern.
Right, Scotland started off and scored 3 tries and to fucking nil basically, and it looked like it was 14-0, it looked like, and they ended up then. Italy came back and they were 19 points apiece, and Italy's backs, the back three actually never really functioned like I thought they would. Like I thought Capowazzo had an average game by his standards. I thought Blair Kinghorn was absolutely outstanding at full back for Scotland. He fucking won everything in the air. He ran well with the ball. Darcy Graham played well. Fucking brilliant runner with the ball. They're lads we need to watch. I thought Van der Merwe was fucking dreadful. Finn Russell was poor by the standards he has set. But they brought on that Tom Jordan toward in the second half, who plays fly half for Glasgow, and he made a big difference. They brought him in at 12. Stafford McDowell went off, and he came on and he made a big difference, and that's probably what let him to go on and win the game. But they'll definitely need watching. There's Rory Dars is a brilliant 7 as well. He had a really, really good game, and they will go after our lineout. England never contested one of our lineouts on Saturday, so that's going to have a big bearing on whether we win or lose them. But Scotland will definitely contest. They contested every lineout. They'll definitely need watching, lads. If we play as well, and I think we'll probably play better than we did Saturday. I think we actually will play better, because I have noticed something now, and I noticed it in the last couple of Leinster games. First of all, they started. I complained about them a few weeks ago, and I was fucking right what I said. And they were obviously listening to what I said, because they fucking changed. They changed the fucking way they decided to play.
Hear ye, Mike Reedy.
We're going to have to fucking do a proper attack in here and stop this fucking negative shite. But so they've if we go at them, they definitely can be got at. There's no doubt about it. And if Finn Russell throws these loose fucking say the fucking stupid passes, we'll eat them up. So we will. But we need to be careful. Listen. Our lads will go in there with a game plan again, and they'll go in. They'll analyze everything Scotland did at the weekend there, and they can be got at. And fingers crossed, I will not fucking ever shout for Scotland. So get right up, you know.
He had to get that in, didn't he?
Yeah, there's blue blood in them veins, I think.
Is there? Fuck.
Jeremy,
Up your hoop, you cunt, you.
about Italy getting win decent distance, but it's just those couple of minor mistakes that kind of cost them the game. And then Scotland go away. But James, what are your thoughts on the Scotland-Italy game?
Yeah, so I saw this game. I was in the pub with my daughter, and we pretty much had the place to ourselves. The big screen was up, and we really enjoyed it. Yeah, Scotland. Yeah, like they were 19-3 up at one point, and then Italy, they started slow, and they came into the game then, and they started playing some lovely rugby, and they got to 19-all. And I thought, fucking hell, this is great. This is going to be a fucking ding-dong battle towards the end anyway. But Scotland pulled away and got... Now, I think Darragh had the amount of times Italy got within sniffing distance of Scottish line. I was thinking the same thing, Darragh, when I saw your comment coming up there. It was very, very frustrating. It was fucking like watching Connacht sometimes getting within fucking sniffing distance of the line, and next thing they cough up position or knock it on, or get turned over. And like they had the winning in that game. They could have if they had started playing earlier. Like there were 3 tries down before they started playing, and then they drew level. And then like if they had started playing from the start of the game, they could have got out ahead of Scotland, and they could have beaten them easily by 20 points, I thought. But yeah, very frustrating if you were an Italian fan watching that. But I was looking at the table. We're in third place on the table, just points difference. I think come the weekend we'd put 20, maybe 25 points points difference on Scotland. I don't fear them. I don't think that they're any threat to us at all. I think, as Mike said, Ireland will play a hell of a lot better. And then when it comes to Italy, I think we'll do the same. We'll be top of the table before we face any real opposition. As for Wales, God help
I know we're playing Italy the last game, I think.
Last game, yeah.
But by the time we come to the French game, we'll be top of the table anyway, I think.
Yeah,
That's second last game.
Yeah. James, you're saying you understand the Italian. Do you find the similarity between the Italian style of play and the way Connacht can play at times? Great rugby, but the old coughing up near.
Yeah, there's the rugby. Italian rugby is coming on in leaps and bounds. It's really getting up there, and they're starting to threaten to win a few games now. But the similarity, what I meant there was like you're thinking, oh fuck it, great, we're hammering away, we're going to score a try, and next thing, bang, cough up possession, and that's exactly what Italy did 4 or 5 times during the Scottish match. And I have to say, Mike, sorry, I know you'll be offended, but I was shouting for Italy in that game.
What? Sorry.
I didn't want to offend you there, Mike, but your beloved Scotland, but I was shouting for Italy.
Oh, so was I. Oh, fucking I.
You
We all were. Forza Italia.
Dave, I'm coming to you about the Scotland-Italy game. What are your thoughts on that?
I kind of felt after the game that if that game was played in 2 weeks' time, Italy would have won it because they were just a bit raw at the start, Like after the first weekend, we've learned everything about the teams, and I'd be kind of leaning with James there. Like, I don't fear Scotland in any way, shape, or form, but I am conscious because I said it to myself, and then Shane Horgan said it when I came home and watched the commentary. This is like our biggest banana skin is Scotland. They haven't beaten us in 8 years. We're in Edinburgh. They're fucking like our target's on our back anyway because we're the champions, but they're gonna be bulling for us. But I don't fear them based on that Italy performance, and I can only speak on what we've seen so far. From what we've seen, I don't fear Scotland. I think England was a harder game and was always going to be a harder game. But, you know, we can't kick loose to them. The main problem I think we took from the Ireland-England game was our unstructured play is not good enough yet. So if we don't have that in order, because Scotland are kind of between France and England, they're big in their set piece and all, but they have a bit of flair like the French, you know.
Their back three is
you know, they can really attack, and they can bully you up front as well if they need to be. So they're kind of the middleman between Scotland and England. I'm not worried about it, but there's still an air of caution about this because it does have the potential to be the big banana. Like, imagine, you know, I think every Irish person now is sitting here after England just thinking about the France game. I'm guilty of myself. All I'm thinking about is, like, what's going to happen when France come here. But we really have to get over this one first. We really have to get over this and just put in a good performance. And like everyone else has said, the lads will have a game plan. I think Easterby's a master tactician. So I'm disappointed Italy didn't show more. Italy's defence was really abysmal. And if Scotland were any good, they would have put another couple of tries on Italy, but they didn't. So what does that say about Scotland? You know, Italy, it's the same story with Italy, and they will improve, and they'll probably beat Wales, and they'll give France a run for their money. But, like, what does that game say about Scotland? And I don't think it's anything special, personally.
No, what? I'll ask you now since you have a few more minutes left. I'll come to Richard again this one. Ireland, who do you see winning this game?
What's that, Danny?
Scotland or Ireland, who do you see winning the game?
I can see Ireland winning it if they can tighten up the broken play. I think they'll 1-8. I think that they'll have the Scots. So I can see Scotland or Ireland win it probably by 7 points, maybe 10.
Matt, Ireland or Scotland, who do you see winning that?
Yeah, look, I think our pack is just going to be too strong for the Scottish pack, and with the Stanley, fucking hell.
I see Pete Martin has a comment coming in there. That'll make sense in a minute when
all right, fair
our
enough.
backroom team puts it up there.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, with the backroom team. No, look, I think our pack is going to be too strong for their pack, and I just think the
Waldorf and Stanley. Fuck you, Peter.
Like, I don't think it's going to be it's going to be a tough test. It'll be a tough match. It always is when you go to Murrayfield, but
yeah,
you know, I'd back us all the way. You know. No bother. I'd agree with Richie, maybe 7-10 point win.
Yeah. Mike, Ireland, Scotland, who do you think?
We beat them. We've beaten them every fucking game, including the World Cup twice over the last 8 years. And but
that's the point, Mikey. That, like, you know.
I know we're going to come unstuck eventually against them, but fucking hell, it's not going to be this weekend. I'll be there, lads. If I get a couple of at least one new hip before Saturday, I'll be going. It's not looking great.
Right. So we have to put out an APB to get a new hip for fucking Reedy.
Yeah.
You set up a dope wouldn't for Reedy's new hip.
Yeah.
Come here, Danny. I know I was late joining the call, but we never spoke about the France Wales game at all. And what I wanted to say about that one is that's the best I've seen Wales playing in quite some time, and they still lost 43-0. And as DuPont, that crossfield kick, DuPont for that try was just pinpoint accurate. Any 10 in the world would be proud of that sort of thing. Is there anything that fella can't do? He's just fucking unreal altogether.
The thing about it is when he went off, France lost their shape.
Yeah. That's what France proved on. That's what France proved on Friday night. Without the punt, by the way, they're an average team.
Wales
went off, and if he had stayed on for that last 20-25 minutes, they'd have scored fucking 60, 65.
Yeah. Easy.
Do you not think the Welsh gave him loads of space, lads? Like, to do that?
The Welsh are just shit at the minute. They really are.
No, yeah, I know, but look, it's not about that. They gave him the space to form the attack, to do it, and like for DuPont to kick that. You think DuPont's going to try kick that against Ireland? Not a fucking hope.
No, not going to happen.
You Ireland versus Scotland.
Maybe a toe jail sort him out on Saturday.
Step on his hand again.
He's not likely to be cited, is he, for that fucking daft shit with the
We have to hear it by now.
What are you saying, Danny? I can't hear.
I can't hear him either.
Yeah.
Versus Scotland. Who do you see win that game?
Who's that to?
Me? All right, that's Ireland all day long. I told you we'll have a points difference about 25 points.
I don't know about that now.
What's Hugo's prediction for the game? Hugo.
Hugo, what do you think, Hugo? Come on up here. Come on up, and you tell them what you think about who's going to win the game.
Is it better chance to Russell anyway?
It's Ireland all day long, isn't it? Ireland all day long. Yeah.
It's a woof woof.
He said Ireland.
He said Ireland. Apparently.
Mike, I asked your prediction as well. Ireland, Scotland. Who do you see win that game?
No, me.
Mike.
I already done
Hey,
it.
fucking Ireland are winning it.
Sorry, Dave. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. No, I look. I hope and pray that Ireland will win. I don't know if it's going to be as big as Grennan said, but I think it's going to be between that and what the other lads say. Please God, like as I said, it's a banana skin. I'm a little nervous, like Matt, even though I'm fully confident that they can do it. But it's just, it's like England, man. Like England's winger cost them that game essentially from his two big mistakes. If we have one or two howlers, this is the level we're at. It could fucking all go undone. Like we saw it in the autumn.
In there now, you.
I'm trying to be honest. We saw it in the autumn, man. Like we didn't play well. I looked at that England game thinking, geez, if we keep playing like this, we could win the next World Cup. But
just a point there, right? Just before the match kicked off yesterday, right? When the players were coming out into the tunnel and out onto the pitch, every one of them just fucking looked relaxed. They looked just so fucking relaxed. Yeah. And as soon as I saw them, I was like, fuck, no bother here. Well, if they can just continue on the way the whatever mindset they have going on now, with their training, with the fucking momentum that they have built up now from that England game, the confidence will be there. I think they'll be fucking away and a hack in this game.
But it's the systems that have been built by Farrell since before the World Cup. Someone gets injured, the next guy is already in and already knows his job.
Yeah.
And is at that level. So like, I mean, doesn't matter who get injured, the next person in, they might be as good as player, but they're able to follow the program for success. But like as I said, sometimes it's too systematic. We need to focus on our unstructured play against teams like France and the All Blacks who can pull tries down the fucking 5 meter line.
Just remember, cast your mind back to this fixture this time last year when we were playing Scotland and we lost fucking Ronan Kelleher and Dan Sheehan, and then fucking all of a sudden Josh Van der Flyer was throwing in at the line out, and Josh Van der Flyer was throwing in at the line out. Fucking Keane was the hooker. Do you know what I mean?
A point of order there, lads. Our roving reporter is just reminding everyone he was at the game.
I
was there.
One thing I will say on Ireland. Man, and I hate to say it, and people have been complaining about it. I think they're finally justified. Cian Healy's days are done. Like he led in that second try. He barely jogged back. He's a scrummage and a lifter now. He's not around the park anymore. I think his days are done, unfortunately.
What a servant, though, he's been.
Yeah, exactly. But it is time to bring someone through. Sooner, next
just
week.
Another point. Fucking Tom Clarkson, when he came on, was fucking brilliant.
Oh, yeah. Boom.
He was absolutely fucking brilliant. And even Ellis Genge hadn't a fucking clue what to do.
Yeah.
He really put Ellis Genge off his game.
Tom Clarkson, he looks like the Incredible Hulk, but he's not green.
Sorry, Richie.
He looks like the Incredible Hulk, but he's not fucking green.
Yeah.
Big fucking unit.
Yeah.
You should call him Head and Shoulders because he doesn't have a neck.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, good boy.
We're going to have to call time on this weekend as well. This week. I would see.
Can you say that in English then again?
Can we get a repeat of that, Danny? None of us heard that. Fuck's sake.
I think it's your microphone, Danny. It's blocking out some of the words, man.
We can't hear you.
It's the Healy Ray filter.
I think he's saying good night to everyone.
I think he is, but it's not coming across that way.
Yeah. He is
Right. Listen, good night, Danny. And,
He's shouting into the microphone. That's why he's shouting into it. Good night, lads.
Listen, enjoy the game at the weekend. We'll talk anyway. We'll all talk before that. But it's come on, Ireland, get fucking right about him.
In the absence of all the Leinster supporters, I say, come on, Ireland. Good night.
Right.